What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, shares, donations. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be love. And whether you're in a relationship or looking for love, Virgo, this one is for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are feeling awesome. Just good vibrations all around here. Now with this spread, I'm going to be pulling 9 cards, and I'll be doing clarifications as need be. And of course, a good old surprise card at the end, Virgo, so don't you worry. And in case you all were curious, I'm using I'm kind of using the Lightseers Tarot deck, and have included a link in the description box for this deck and other decks that I like using down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested, Virgo. But enough of, kind of listening to me trip over words. Higher Self, let's get to your first card here, which is going to be my favorite, what this person is like. So, Higher Self, what is this person that's coming in for Virgo? Let's see how love's looking for you, Virgo. And keep in mind too, this isn't a gender specific reading here. We're working with the energies. So let's see what's cooking. Interesting. You got the Knight of Swords in reverse here. And so I feel like with this, this could be a person, maybe they're I feel like maybe they're not in like a rush to kind of jump into things. Maybe this might start off maybe being kind of kind of like a casual thing. Sort of like get to know you. Little dates. Along the way. I feel like this might be a person who. I'm getting they're the type that's that's kind of like to not kind of rush things, to kind of like to kind of take their time and to maybe kind of like wine and dine you here. But let's get a little bit more on that Knight of Swords there. Higher Self, can we clarify the Knight of Swords, please? Because this could be someone too. Maybe they're a little shy. Maybe they're you might need to make the first move, Virgo, but let's see what's going on here. Interesting. Okay. So you got the Three of Cups in reverse here, Virgo. So I feel like, maybe this is someone, I'm getting like they may be a little, like not that they're not looking for love, but maybe they're a little awkward with it. Maybe they're not sure how to kind of communicate those kind of feelings, So this could be someone, Virgo, maybe you might need to take the initiative there. But I feel like, once you kind of get to know this person, I feel like there's that potential, to get to open up there. I just feel like maybe they're just kind of weird initiators, but I feel like there's potential there, Virgo. But you know what? For those of you who are in a relationship right now, maybe if we've been feeling, because I feel like with this, maybe with this, I feel like maybe we're hopefully your person is kind of has like this sense of kind of like family, with how do I want to put that? I feel like maybe well, with the stuff being in reverse here, Virgo, if we were in a relationship, if we've been maybe feeling like things have kind of slowed down as far as the terms of like family, because I think, the Three of Cups could be a card of like family, kind of like get-togethers and all of that. So it could be maybe for some, maybe we're at this place right now where we're kind of talking about family things, and maybe that's kind of come to a halt here. But let's get a little bit more into the story, because we got a couple things brewing there, Virgo. Let's keep going. But the second card is going to be how you'll meet. So, Higher Self, how's it that Virgo will meet this person? Let's see how that encounter's looking. Okay. And that's cool, Virgo. You got the Ten of Wands in reverse here. And so I feel like it's going to be, when we're at this place, I feel like if we want to meet people, or how I feel like, or if you're, kind of wondering, like, about what kind of method we should go about meeting people, I feel like it's going to be where we kind of got to make room for some of this stuff here, Virgo, whether that be, well, let me start with the people if we're looking for relationships, because with this energy, I feel like if we are dealing with a lot of stuff here, let's say if we're, busy with trying to get with work stuff, trying to climb that social ladder, or maybe we're kind of focusing on ourselves, if we got a lot on our plate here, I feel like the way you're going to be able to welcome in love and all of that is when we make that space here, we kind of relieve some of those burdens here, because, you think of the Ten of Wands, she's going on a journey here, she's the type, she's got to each as she's going up this hill, she's like leaving a wand in each for each milestone here. And so I feel like that's how we're going to meet this. And, once we start taking that progress, releasing some of these burdens here, some of these things that you're dealing with, then love will start coming in here, Virgo. And then now to kind of get back into if we're in something here, I feel like with this energy here, with kind of like how you and your person may be right now, I feel like the same thing kind of like if there's been some kind of like some sort of like dissonance with maybe like communications and family here, because the Knight of Swords is that's Aquarius energy here, and then I think of the Three of Cups. This is a Mercury and Cancer here, and I feel like there's I'm getting like there's this communication, something about how our family dynamic might be looking, is whether that be if we want more kids, if we're not trying to have kids, maybe if we're like, let's say maybe you're even like your living situation, maybe we're staying with friends right now, however that's looking, Virgo. I feel like there's some kind of some needs to release some burdens off your back, Virgo, and not even necessarily like you need to let go of this person, but I feel like there's something that there's something that needs to be tackled here in order to kind of release some of these burdens here. I hope that makes sense, but let's get on to your third card here. I tell you, these love readings have been oddly profound here. But let's get to your third card, which is going to be your first impression of them. So, hiya, self. What is Virgo's first impression of this person here? Let's see. We figured out what we want in family. We've let some burdens go. Let's see how we're. Oh, interesting. You got the Queen of Wands in reverse here, and so I feel like maybe this, it kind of goes back to one with like what I was saying back earlier with, maybe this person isn't maybe kind of a shy type, may not be like the initiator type here. You may need to make the first move there. And I feel like, and that's what I feel like with if we're how what you might think of them as first. They may come across here like a little shy, maybe a little passive as first. But Queen of Wands, I feel like it's with anyone. It's like once you kind of get them in their comfort zone, kind of like establish that things. Once the barriers start to drop a little bit, I feel like there's something fun underneath here too. I feel like that has there's Queen of Wands potential in everybody here. It's just how they look once they get comfortable with you. And I feel like for those of you who are in a relationship, and again, if we're kind of dealing with this thing, I feel like if this is something that's been on your head for a while, find a way to bring this up with person, however this is manifesting in your situation here, whatever's affecting this family dynamic. Release some of that stuff here. Don't just let that stuff like sit there and bottle up here, because here's what happens. You dismiss it, you hold back because you're not trying to start a fight, and then you'll be doing something one day, they haven't rinsed the dishes, let's say, for example, and then you blow up. But it's not because of the dishes, it's because of however long you've been ignoring this, whatever this beginning stage stuff has been going on here, and however long that's been going on for you, Virgo. You know, apply it to your situation. But I feel like, and I get it, you know, because I feel like, you know, maybe the responsibility, like, well, why do I have to be the one that has to do this? And, you know, why do I need to take the first steps? Well, Virgo, you don't. You don't have to do anything. But if you don't want to stay in this anymore, you're going to have to do something. You know what I mean? And it may not be great, but this may also show for you, too. If you know what, express that with your person, Virgo, and if that, depending on how that gets received, you know, do what you need to do. But let's keep this, let's keep it moving. And you know, I'm not coming at you, Virgo, this is a safe space here, but yeah, I feel like for those of you who are in one, and you know, if we're looking for something here too, keep in mind, before things get out of hand, even in the get-go, if you have concerns, you know, or things like that, discuss. Communication, I feel like is key in any type of stuff here. I mean, you came out the box here, you know, like I was saying, you need to communicate your feelings here. You know, that Three of Cups, that Mercury in Cancer here, talk about how you're feeling here. And let's come at this logically here. With Knight of Swords, Aquarius energy, you know, we're going to come at this logically here. So get ahead of this stuff here, you know, if we're starting, all that to say, get ahead of this stuff here, you know, if we're starting something new. But let's get to your fourth card here, which is going to be how this will affect you. So, higher self, how will this affect Virgo at this time? Let's see. You know, we've been working through some things. You know, hopefully we've got some stuff out in the air here. We're growing. Let's see what's going on, Virgo. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this, Virgo. Reciprocity. You got the Six of Pentacles here, and that's where I feel like see what. And look at me like you did this, Virgo. Let me stop. I'm you know. Good job, Virgo, because this is what I'm trying to spit out at you, is that if we communicate what we want in this thing, our expectations for stuff, you know, don't leave this up to assumptions, because you know what happens when you assume, you know, and again, I know it may feel kind of crappy, you know, to have to, you know, if your person's not the type to initiate things, you know, if you feel like you always got to be the one that's kind of got to get on them here. Communicate all that stuff, Virgo. Talk about all these things, because it's a balance here, you know, with this relationship. You know, we're trying to grow in this thing together here. And if, you know, if we're not matching vibrations here, and if we don't see any kind of clear solutions, then we need to figure that out, you know, and figure out what that means. You know, it's not necessarily even means that we have to like end anything. You don't have to do anything drastic, but it's just like, okay, this is the direction that I'm heading here. How do you feel about that? How do we feel about that? You know, how do we feel about this as a team here? Because we're a team. You know, this is not, you know, and I'm living through you, Virgo. When you grow, your person grows, and vice versa here. You know, that's why I feel like really that's Six of Pentacles at its finest here. You know, we want to find that harmony, that symbiosis in this thing here. So, yeah, yeah, and that's for everybody. You know, that will definitely apply for everyone. I feel like, you know, it's going to be this thing. You know, communication is powerful. I feel like in everything you do. So yes, let's get on to your next card here. It's like, okay, now we're coming down a little bit, which is going to be the fifth card is going to be what kind of relationship it'll be. So higher self, what kind of relationship is this going to be for Virgo at this time? Let's see, because now we're making some progress here. Things are starting to look up here. And look at that, Virgo. Things are looking up. Wheel of Fortune. Because now, and I love that this came up here, because this is the work that you both have put in here. You know, that's something I feel like that's Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this is you taking your destiny with this person. You know, like you're driving this wheel together here. It's like they got hand on one, you got your hand on one side, they got their hand on the other, and you're doing this things like just like yin and yang, you know, like it's everything's groovy. So yes, if we do all this stuff here, that's exactly what this kind of relationship can be. It can be this type of this could be an expansive one, you know. This could be one of just like, you know, just that good fortune, you know. And then you can talk about you know, this is someone, you know, you could potentially even, you know, figure out how to leave like a legacy with, you know. And yes, Virgo, look at that. Now we're in good shape, because that's like that started off really. I thought we were about to go in there, Virgo, but this I like this, you know, and this is all within your, you know. Yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm overcome by this. And partway, you know, we got to get to the next card here, and I'm kind of you know, no one likes to talk about obstacles, but Virgo, we got to talk about obstacles. So, higher self. What are some obstacles here? But you know, Virgo, we knocked out our obstacles out of the way here. So you're gonna, whatever's coming up, you're gonna handle it like a G. But higher self. Oh, what obstacles are coming up for Virgo at this time? Let's see what things are coming up for you, Virgo. Oh, interesting. You got the King of Pentacles in reverse here, and that's an obstacle. Because the King of Pentacles, you know, for me, I feel like with how this situation has been going on here, you know, it's our stability here. You know, what is it that it could be, well, because on a base level, you know, this could be that something to do with finances. You know, maybe we might, I don't want to say, take it how it resonates. It could be you, it could be your person, you know, but maybe there could be something where finances, you know, maybe we could be a little bit tighter about that, or not even tighter, but a little more responsible with that, you know. I don't necessarily want to say this is like maybe a gambling thing or something like that, but, you know, maybe we might be a little loose with our spending, you know, maybe kind of like impulse shopping, you know. So that, you know, take that as it resonates, but I feel like the main kind of thing is, Virgo, really kind of this early stage stuff here, and which again, if I'm hoping that we knock this out early, but it's about, I feel like, communicating those things again. You know, if we let that stuff sit and we let it fester, then eventually that is going to affect your Wheel of Fortune. It's going to flip all this balance stuff here, this good row here. That's going to flip that all upside down too, if we don't address this stuff here. You know, if we don't release some of these burdens that we hold on our head here. And you know what? Something too, and you know, I feel like this should be this, you know, it might be like a common sense thing, like a, well, duh, Justin, but one thing to do as well, and to make it like a vocal thing, you know, vocalize this, like, hey, I want to talk to you about something, just like how I establish a safe space for you here, judgment-free zone. I need to be able to tell you something, and we can hash this out. Like, I'm not saying this to be mean, you know, this is like how I feel about something like this, and I just need to understand, you know, just a place to where you can work stuff out together here, you know, create that space. Because I feel like this King of Pentacles obstacle here, we caught it early, Virgo, hopefully, you know. And if we're in it right now, you know, maybe we've been in a relationship for a little while, it's not, you know, if we still have faith in this thing, you know, if we still want this thing, you know, if we still feel like it's worth it, you know, if it's going to raise our vibrations right now, if it's just a simple miscommunication, let's tackle that thing, you know, like, let's take steps. You know, you don't have to get it all figured out today, but you know, we want to just start taking steps towards the Six of Pentacles here. You know, we want to, it's, you know, make it like a thing. It's like, okay, we're going to dump our purses out here. You pick one thing, I pick one thing, we discuss it at length, and then we love each other, and then we don't go to bed angry about this stuff here too, because that's another thing too, Virgo. Don't go to sleep on this stuff here. Yeah, okay, let's That's because that King of Pentacles. That's a pretty heavy obstacle here. So that's. But I feel like Virgo, this is something that you have. We can stay ahead of this type of stuff here. But let's get to your 7th card here, which is going to be the outcome. So, highest self. What's the outcome looking like for Virgo here? Let's see how this is. How this might be shaping out here, Virgo. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. You got the 5 of Swords here, Virgo. And I feel like the outcome could be... This is going to be the thing, Virgo. If you hold this stuff in, this can be the outcome here. You know, this, because look at this guy. You know, he's got this mental strife here. On the outside, he's portraying that everything is fine here, but on the inside, it's not that. Like there's this stressed out, headache. You know, look bothered, you know, Virgo, and I feel like, you know, that's going to be the outcome again if we don't deal with the stuff here. But if we open up, because, you know, I like to think of the 5 of Swords sometimes too. You know, it could be like a card of like, you know, like cutting people out in the sense of like dismissing them, you know, like we're just like, oh, whatever, you know, just like, you know, being real quick and just kind of cutting people off or in a sense. But I feel like, you know, allowing that, again, that communication space and you know, and just saying these things, Virgo. You know, if you're not feeling okay about something, talk about it. Don't just sit there and feel crappy about it, because then what are we doing, you know? Let's get your 8th card here, which now that we've higher self has been on repeat. We've hopefully learned some stuff from this thing here. Let's see how this will ultimately affect you, Virgo. Higher self, how is this ultimately affecting Virgo at this time? And yeah, thank you, higher self. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, you got the 9 of Wands in reverse here, and so I feel like with this, you know, this is something that it's gonna take some work. You know, there are gonna be days where you're like, where things are kind of flowing free. You know, like we're groovy right now. But you know, every now and again, you might hit hiccups along the way, Virgo. And I feel like this could be. And again, it's like if we keep this stuff bottled up, it's gonna keep us where we're kind of feeling tired, or that, you know, that this energy is this energy worth it here? And you know what, Virgo, I feel like this keeps coming up here. I can't tell you what to do, Virgo. And you know what, I'm gonna clarify this 9 of Wands here, but I feel like this thing is coming up here, Virgo, just because I don't know if we're afraid to take action. I'm not sure what it is, but let's get a little bit more on that before I finish that. Let's higher self, can we clarify the 9 of Wands, please? Let's get a little bit more on that, Virgo. Let's see. Okay, yeah. You got the 2 of Wands here. And so with this, Virgo, you're going to have to choose when, you know, what sword do you want to fall on, you know, or you know, because the theme has been, it's like, if something is bothering you, you have a choice. You know, you can either sit on this thing or you can take action. So really, I feel like, and maybe I'm fishing too hard here. I feel like, you know, maybe it's really kind of as plain as simple as how this thing is going to ultimately affect you, and which is going to be like duh, you know, when I say this, but it's whatever you choose. You know, you can choose how this affects you here. And I know that's like, again, well, duh, Justin. Well, then I counter back, well, duh, Virgo, because you got to, if you want to stay miserable in this thing, dismiss stuff here, feel like you're doing, like, how come I do this for them, they don't ever consider me, those loops that we tell ourselves. If you want to stay in that, that's fine, but how are you feeling with that, But if we want to either, however you want to address this going forward on the other door here, that's going to be the future here. So you know what, let's wrap this thing up here, Virgo, which is going to be what you'll learn from this stuff here. Because I tell you what, yeah, so far these love lessons, I tell you, they've been good ones, Virgo. This is good energy that you're bringing here. I hope we get the most out of this. Okay. You got the four of Pentacles in reverse here, and I feel like get the most you can out of this, and not in the sense of like I'm not saying take them for all that they got, Virgo, if you're like married, for example, but I more so feel like because with the Four of Pentacles, at least in this deck, this is a little bit different than how other Four of Pentacles has been read, because she's like Four of Pentacles in this deck's like a card of savings, a card of keeping being kind of frugal, not being mindful with how we're spending our resources here. And so I feel like the lesson is going to be kind of just that, be mindful of how you want to spend your energy and all this stuff here. If you if this is something that you want to invest in, whether we're in something new or in it for a little while, you have to be okay with what that means, and and again, you don't have to do anything, Virgo. I hope you know what I mean. That they're going to be, however you go about these things, there are going to be positives and there are going to be negatives in this thing. Weigh the pros and cons. And if this is not working for you here, Virgo, then that's just them. Those are just the facts. But if this is something that we can, this person is with, because maybe this person doesn't even have eyes on it. Let's switch back over, because now I think I thought I might need to clarify that, but now I think I get my point across. But maybe this person may not even be aware that they're that you want them to step up more. Maybe however that looks like, Virgo. They may just need you to bring this to their attention. Because sometimes things go unresolved because we don't bring them up. You know what I mean? And if they keep doing the same thing, now it's another thing, Virgo. Now if we've discussed this thing, and then, depending on the degree, if this is still happening here, and it's still happening, and it's still upsetting you here, be mindful what you invest in. Be careful. Be mindful where you want to put all your savings into. I think I'm going to leave that there, because look at that. It's like the message is pretty much the same whole thing the whole way through, and then we throw a curveball at the end here, Virgo. But I feel like I hope that makes sense. This is, if I had to give just like an overall theme, just express yourself. Don't hold your stuff back here. If there's something that is bothering you, bring it up. You have to discuss this stuff here, and then see where that takes you. Good, bad. However, lessons are getting acquired from here. You're growing at this thing. So, and then they'll be ready for their next person. You'll be ready for yours, or who knows? Maybe even down the line, maybe the energies might even bring you back. The universe is funny like that. But yeah, communicate, Virgo. Communication is the name of the game here. So yeah, now I'm gonna for real leave that there. Otherwise, we'll be in your reading all day here. So if you like that, give that a good old thumbs up. If you know someone who might be going through this thing, Virgo in their chart, or maybe they're dealing with the Virgo, or, well, I don't know. Well, yeah, because they would need to hear that too. Step up. Kidding, Virgo. Well, I'm not kidding in the sense that share this if you need that. Okay, moving on. Subscribe. What else do we do here, Virgo? Subscribe, hit that bell button. You'll get notified when I release videos each week. I'm all up on Facebook. And then lastly, if you're you know, hopefully cancer is not doing all this stuff here. But maybe if you're dealing with a cancer or know someone who is, check out on my other channel, the Charity and Friends. Or if you got cancer in your placement, Virgo, check out the Charity and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. Discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. All that housekeeping, description box below. But let me get your surprise card here so I can get you out of here. Virgo, you got the Emperor here. So pretty much everything that I said, the whole reading. If there's some issues here, rise up, Virgo. Go handle this thing, because that's what an Emperor does. And this is not something where you got to be on them all the time. Like, discuss this thing and then see what happens, see what action. This isn't saying to be just like where you got to keep like, nagging them all the time, because that's not fun for them, Virgo, and that's not fun for you. This is something we have this energy for that one discussion. Like, let's lay this thing out here. We need to discuss the biggest thing, and don't because the Emperor energy, it can be aggressive. This is Aries energy here. Come at this with a level head, Virgo. Let's not even talk about, it's not about where it's like, you need to do this, I need to blah, 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 blah. Rise up and come at it, think about it, maybe one way to come at it this way, like, hey, because of this action here, this is what I've been feeling, is this, and then see what they think about that. See how they feel about this thing. Because it could just be a matter of miscommunication. But action has got to be taken in this thing if we want to have any sort of, any reign, get the reins on this thing, Virgo. So, I'm going to leave that there. You go Emperor. You go Emperor of this situation here. So, stay safe out there, Virgo. And you keep raising that vibration. And I will catch you on the next one later.